watching UNO with Dr. Ambrish Saxena.
Hello students, today is Monday 16th of December 2019. It was on this day 7 years ago that a paramedical student was gang raped and assaulted in a running bus in South Delhi by 6 people. She was so badly assaulted and then she was thrown out of the bus and ultimately she died because of her injuries. Though government made lot of efforts for her treatment, she was even taken to Singapore in Mount Elizabeth Hospital, but finally she succumbed to her injuries on 29th of December. Now let us see what all has changed in these 7 years. Firstly, to talk about the conviction rate in the crime of rape. It is as low as 32.2% in India. If we look into the data of the National Crime Record Bureau of the year 2017, because data of that year only is available, there were 1,46,211 trials committed in the rape cases throughout the year, out of which only 5,822 convictions happened. Comparatively, there is a reduction in the conviction rate, but that's very minimum. But if we look into the charge sheet rate, then we find there is a drastic drop. What is charge sheet rate? Now, if you look into the criminal law, then once somebody is committing a crime and then the police is conducting the investigation, collecting the evidences, then the charge sheet is prepared, and when the charge sheet is submitted in the court, the trial begins. This means if the charge sheet is not prepared, this means trial has not actually begun. And if we look into the statistics provided by the National Crime Record Bureau, in 2013 this rate was 95.4% and this dropped in 2017 to 86.6%. After this 16 December case happened that we commonly know as the NIRBHAYA's case, after that lot of laws were changed in India and they were made more strict. Immediately after this incident in February 2013, there was an ordinance brought which is known as Criminal Law Amendment Ordinance. This ordinance was replaced the same year by an act which was passed by Parliament, and as per this law, the maximum punishment for the crime of rape was extended from life imprisonment to the death penalty. Other laws which were amended include Indian Evidence Act and the Criminal Procedure Code CRPC 1973, particularly the provisions which are related to offence of rape and other offences committed against women. Besides changes in the law, the central government also set up a fund in 2013 which is known as NIRBHAYA Fund, and this fund was created to help the states to take measures for women's safety. But interestingly, there are states who have utilized very little funds, and also Maharashtra and Meghalaya who have not spent a single rupee till date. At the moment, there are 1,469 crore rupees in this fund and only an amount of 147 crores has been spent till date. Now, we can easily understand what all is ailing in our system, the system comprising the police, the law and the judiciary, and unless large scale structural reforms are taken up, we cannot hope that a crime like rape can be curbed. Now moving on to another story, this is about Britain. In the 58th episode of this program, I talked about the parliamentary elections in Britain. The polling happened on 12th of December and Conservative Party registered a landslide victory. The results show that the voters have backed the Brexit plan of the Prime Minister Boris Johnson, and now there are hopes that he will move forward to take the Britain out from the European Union. Now to tell you more details about these elections, there are 650 seats in House of Commons, and Conservative Party has won 365 seats, which is much more than the halfway mark, and this number is 67 more as compared to the tally of Conservative Party in the last House of Commons. The Conservative Party's victory is the biggest since Margaret Thatcher's win in 1987, and Prime Minister Boris Johnson has hailed this victory as the powerful new mandate. The Labour Party has won only 203 seats, and it is considered the worst performance of Labour Party since 1935. And the leader of the Labour Party, Jeremy Corbyn, has announced that he will be stepping down from the leadership of the party. This is the fifth vote in Britain in a span of 5 years, if we also include the referendum that was held on the issue of Brexit and also the European parliamentary election. And this is the third election of the House of Commons in 5 years. But now there are hope that Boris Johnson will remain there for 5 years and he will be able to take the Britain out from the European Union by 31st of January next year, though it is 10 months behind the schedule, because earlier the deadline for Brexit was 31st of March 2019. After 31st of March, Britain will be in the phase of transition because after that the Britain has to redefine its relationship with all the countries, including the 27 countries of the European Union. It also has to strike a deal fresh with the United States, though the kind of support that Donald Trump provided to Boris Johnson, there are hope that there will be some good trade deal between Britain and the United States. A free trade deal with India is on top of the agenda of the new government of Boris Johnson. The Conservative Party has clearly stated during the campaigning that the Prime Minister, if he gets elected, will be going to India first after the formation of the government, and there are hopes that after this Brexit deal, the new immigration rules will be made in such a manner that it will benefit the Indian professionals and students. So let us hope that India will get a good deal after the Boris Johnson's government takes over. That is all in today's edition.